welcome to the beginner and senior ab workout video. This video is designed for anybody who is new to abs, new to any sort of core strength workouts, or if you have a hard time getting up and down from the floor. There's two different versions that I'll go through in the video. The first one will be on the floor, so if that's not your bag, just skip ahead to the part where we're doing it in a chair. Pretty much we go through the same workouts from a seated position that are going to be working similar groups of the abdominal muscle structure. But stay tuned. Thank you for coming along and enjoy. So as we begin the workout, it's important to start with a stretch. This first stretch we're going to do will be seated on the mat, reaching out for your toes. If reaching for your toes isn't quite enough of a stretch, feel free to go to the outside of your foot. And if that's not quite enough, feel free to rotate your hands inward, grab the inside of your feet. Most people starting out won't be quite as flexible as I am, but feel free to reach for your knees, your shins, or as far as you can, and progressively, you'll get better. The second stretch we're going to do is called the crossover stretch. You'll take your right knee and bring it over your body, hooking your right foot behind your left knee. You'll also stretch your right arm out to the side. This is a really good workout for your hips, your lower back, as well as your core. Give about an 8 to 10 second count for each stretch, and then switch sides. Notice the downward pressure with my right hand on the left knee. This is to help get just a little bit more out of the stretch. The next stretch we're going to do is called a cobra stretch. This is a really good stretch for stretching your lower abdominal muscles as well as your upper abdominal muscles when you arc back and tilt your head. If you can't quite get into this position, don't worry about it. Stretch as best you can, and you'll find some benefit from it. To get the most out of this stretch, fully extend the arms and lock your elbows at the top. Try going through this stretch about 2 to 3 times or as many as you need before you feel comfortable with your abdominal muscles, and then we can begin the workout. For most people, when you get started, feel free to roll up a small towel and place it underneath the small of your back. This can be a helpful prevention method for any sort of injuries if you have any sort of lower back issues like I do. The first exercise we're going to do is just going to be a simple knee touch. Straighten your arms out and touch the top of your knees. If you don't feel like you're getting much out of this, try touching your wrists to your knees. This will help you to get just a little bit more out of it, and feel free to extend all the way up as best you can as you improve. Our second exercise is going to be a crossover knee touch. Same story. If you use your hands, touch the top of the knee, get a little bit more out of it using your wrist. As you rotate from side to side, use that elbow to brace yourself so that you don't overstrain your lower back. To get a little bit more out of it, feel free to straighten your legs a bit. By straightening your legs, it requires a larger contraction from your abdominal muscles. If you want to challenge yourself even further, keep your shoulders elevated off the mat. Stretching even farther, you can bring your elbows all the way to the knee, reach over the knee, or just keep it tight with your elbows to the knee. This next exercise is called a heel touch. By rotating left and right, touching your heels as you go, this really works your oblique muscles. It's important when getting started to pay attention to your lower back. If you feel any pain, slow it down. It's very important to get the most out of this exercise by keeping your shoulders off the floor. Contract those ab muscles and rotate each side. Next, we'll be doing some leg lifts. Place both your hands underneath your butt and begin lifting your legs while keeping them together. If you're new to this, start with these small, short leg lifts, getting about 1 to 2 feet off the ground. As you begin to advance, feel free to press higher. As you get larger leg lifts, you'll be engaging more of your abdominal muscles and ultimately getting more and more out of the workout. This next exercise is going to be a toe touch. Straighten your legs as straight as you can and reach upwards by contracting your ab muscles and bringing your shoulders off the floor. If you can't quite reach for your toes, you're welcome to reach for your knee, your upper thigh, or use one hand to brace yourself and go all the way up. If you brace yourself and can still only reach the knee, that's great too. We all start somewhere. This next exercise is called a Russian twist. If you've done these before and you feel comfortable, start by lifting your feet off the ground and slowly and in control rotate from side to side. If you're new to Russian twists, keep your feet planted on the ground and rotate slowly from left to right, touching your fist on the ground. If you feel like you can do a more advanced version, elevate your feet and legs fully off the ground and rely on your butt for balance. Remember to stay in control. Next, we're going to move into the seated version of these exercises. This is for anybody who has a hard time getting up and down from the ground, or if you need to take it easy. The first exercise is a simple leg lift. Make sure to keep your chest upright and your core tight. It's important to engage your ab muscles with each one of these exercises. With these ones, we'll be stepping it up from 4 sets of 4 to 4 sets of 8. Do one leg at a time for each set of 8. If you'd like to get more out of this specific exercise, lean back a little bit in your chair if you can, and get a longer extension out of the legs. This will engage your lower abdomen more than the upper. Remember to keep your chest up and your core tight. We'll be doing some crossover crunches now, bringing our elbows to the opposite knee. As you bring your elbow over, again, be sure to keep that ab muscle group contracted. If you have a hard time raising your arms above your head, feel free to cross them on your chest and touch the elbow to the opposite knee. Core tight, chest up. This next exercise is our heel touch. Rotating from side to side, return to the center and make sure you keep the core tight throughout the workout. Rotate 8 sets to each side, touching each heel. If you have a hard time keeping your balance during this exercise, feel free to brace yourself against the chair and move one hand at a time, gripping the chair in between each movement. Keeping your chest up and your core tight, the next exercise is going to be a knee raise. The objective with this one is to fully contract your abdominal muscles and bring your knee to your chest. As you bring your knees up, contract your chest and bring it down. It's important to stay upright. Don't lean back for this one. To get more out of it, move to the front of the chair and brace yourself. Do your best to bring your knee to your chest. This is another great one for your upper abs. this next exercise, rotate to one side of the chair, brace your arm to the back of the chair, and then raise your hand to your head. We'll be touching our opposite elbow to the knee. We're starting with the left elbow to the right knee here, and after 8 reps, we're going to rotate around and do the other side. I hope you got something good out of that, because I know that just doing it, I had to go through about 4 or 5 takes, so I got a full ab workout and I was pretty tired at the end. Basically, when we do this workout, what I encourage you to do is 1 to 2 times a week in the beginning, and as you get a little bit better, feel free to progress it up to 3, but I kind of cap it out at 4. So don't do it more than 4 times per week, otherwise you might overstimulate those muscles, might wind up being pretty sore, and you could potentially cause some injury. 3 key factors to keep in mind post-workout: stay hydrated, keep up on your electrolytes, any of the ones that we've talked about, any of them that are approved, that'll be great. And then number 3, don't let that be your only workout. And if it is the only workout you do, try to do it about 4 times through. That way you can kind of fill that 30-minute time that we require. Outside of that, my friends, thank you for coming along with me, and let me know if there's any other kind of video or any type of workout that you'd be interested in doing. Take care.